Hey everybody, welcome to Yoliemotivates. I am Yolanda from Yoliemotivates. My channel is here. I wanted to give you guys a breakdown of my channel and why I am here. I had been saying that I wanted to get this video out to you all so I can do a formal introduction, but I'm glad that I came into YouTube the way I did because it allowed me to kind of get grounded and to see exactly what direction I was going in. And my channel is basically inspiration and motivation. I always believe that you cannot tell people anything unless you have been through something. So if you can relate to that, leave me a comment in the comment section. I welcome your comments. I welcome your questions. But my goal is to keep you inspired, to motivate you. But first and foremost, I always believe that a true friend will start with your spiritual life, because that is most important. So I call you friends because I want to have a community that we feed each other spiritually, because once you have God as the head, you can flow from there and move in any direction. The community that I would like to build is a community of unity. I want to stand on a strong foundation so that we can move. That means we should be able to move in any niche, any direction, any part of the world or the country. And when you have a strong foundation, then no matter what the niche is or no matter what the call is, you will be able to stand. So that's why I created Yoliemotivates, to give you motivation each morning. I try to give you a scripture to keep you motivated, to get your mind ready for the morning, because it's those that get up early in the wee hours of the morning praying that will be ready for the day. God tells you that clearly in his word, to get up early, and that way you can have the word of God in you, and you'll be able to call your day, command your day, declare and decree your day. And also, my goal is, like I said, to explain to you things in life that I've been through that will give you the opportunity, maybe that'll help you take a shortcut, or it will help you to get the knowledge that you need for whatever area that you're lacking in. So we are here to just strengthen each other. And so I call us a solid rock. That's what we can be, the solid rock community. And that means that we're here to just keeping each other encouraged, inspire each other, be kind to each other. Everybody's not going to come in at the same level. Some are going to be stronger than others. Some are just going to be on the milk, like the Apostle Paul said, and some are going to be on the meat. But there is no right or wrong in this. It's not about being right or wrong. It's simply about, God says, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. I am going to say this with everything in me. No one that identifies as a Christian is meant to be anyone's doormat, somebody that you can disrespect, walk all over, talk to any kind of way. That's not what this community is about. That's never what this community is going to be about. The Bible also tells you that you have to take constructive criticism. That means it's not about judging a person. It's about strengthening that person and getting them to where they need to be, so that they can stand up and face the problems that they have. Because everybody has problems. We all do. That's okay. When you have a problem, that means that you're obviously going the right way. And it's not about running from the problem. It's running to it and facing it and getting through it. Once you get through it, then you will be a better you, and you're strengthened, and you can go on to your next level and continue on your journey. So with this channel, like I said, my first thing foremost is to give you all the foundation, which is really Ephesians chapter 6 starting at verse 12. And I'm gonna say this with everything in me. This is putting on the whole armor of God. Yes, I'm gonna always be talking about God. I don't care who you are. I don't care what background you are. If you do not have God as the head of your life, then you are definitely in trouble. But I am not here to tell you what to do, because God said these words right here. We don't need to be robots or controlled, but I will say this. He said, choose this day whom you will serve. So you either gonna serve him or you're gonna serve Satan. There's no in between. There is no I don't have to choose. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm gonna be an atheist. There's no such thing as that. You're either gonna serve one or you're gonna serve the other. One of the two. And Ephesians chapter 6, I'm going to read it to you guys so we all have that understanding. And let me back up a little bit. Let's start with salvation. Romans 10 and 9. When you confess with your mouth that he is the Lord of your life. When you give your life to Christ, using Romans 10 and 9. And that's not the end of it. You have to put in the work. No man put his hand to the plow and turn back. So let me get to Ephesians so you can put on the whole armor of God, and then we'll continue to talk a little bit about where we are and where we stand with the channel. So Ephesians 6 and 12 say, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That means it starts at the head. The head is starting in the churches, starting at the government, starting at people that are doing corruption. So this is not a flesh battle. You know, even though you may get upset with people in the flesh, it still goes back to the spiritual realm. Remember that when you have issues or something is causing you much harm in your life, it is likely a spiritual battle. It's coming from a spiritual standpoint. So Satan is sending this to buff you, and you have to have the word of God to get you through it. Or you need to have some kind of covering or somebody praying for you to get you through it. We all go through issues, like I said, but they are resolvable because why? We have a solid foundation, which is Jesus Christ. So it's up to you if you want to accept him or not. And this is not just about, oh, well, I don't want to. I hear a lot of people will say that, oh, I don't want that, the Bible, I don't want the Christian stuff. Then you don't want to live. You're living in the flesh, but you're dying spiritually. So that does you no good. You have Deuteronomy 28. And you also have Deuteronomy 29, which tells you got to choose one of those. Either way it goes, the choice is being made for you. You're living it out. So if your life is not so good and things are not going the way that you want them to go, that means there's something in there spiritually. Satan is sending something to trigger you. And if you don't look at it in the correct way, you will always be blaming God and forget the one that's really causing you the problem, the root of the problems. And like I said, you have to be done went through something to be able to help somebody else get over or come through a situation. And for me, I'm not going to go very deep into my life. As I explained earlier, when I was going to do the introduction to my channel, I was going to tell the background of all the things that I had been through. And I will share periodically as I go along some of the things, but I know that we can all relate to if you've been in a marriage that didn't work. That happened for me. And matter of fact, my marriage was a high profile marriage. I was married. My husband played in the NFL for 8.5 years. My father-in-law played for 16.5 years. So when I say that, I speak from experience and knowing that for me and my situation, what happened was the fact that there was a lot of issues. My husband was very, very spiritual. So was I. But we also knew that sometimes I knew more so that Satan would enter in and he will cause havoc in marriages. That does happen. And so, yes, we were praying. But, you know, even praying, whatever God's will is what we have to follow. And so even though, you know, he wasn't strong, he was strong spiritually, but he wasn't strong enough for what was on the way. And so therefore it ended up causing us to have to depart ways. And I still pray for him to this day because he's in a situation that's not healthy for him. But I continue to pray for him because of the fact that we do have a child together. And like I said, I don't want to really go into much detail as far as how a lot of things in the marriage ended up going because of my daughter. And I do have to protect her because she still has to live under that, which I don't, because for a long time I was under a gag order where I couldn't really speak on it. And some things now I still can't really speak on because we're still fighting in the court system. So I have to be mindful of what I say. But I also want to make sure that I'm giving sound doctrine and evidence so that people will be able to, another female or woman can make it through, or male. You know, I'm here to tell you that it was some very dark days in my life. Very dark days in my life. And I knew it was Satan. And when I tell you that it took much prayer, I had to do a lot of praying and trusting God and believing God when it didn't look like it was gonna be okay. I trusted God and I had to just believe that it was gonna be okay. And it took a long time. You know, sometimes people want stuff to happen instantly, but mine didn't happen instantly. It took a while, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let me say that. And I have so much more to tell you guys, so many more experiences. I don't want to make this too long because I want you all to be able to grasp the vision. But welcome to this community. When I say I have a lot to give you guys, a lot of gems, a lot of nuggets to tell you how I made it over, I'm here for you. If you have questions, if you want to know, I have a master's degree in business. So if you need me to help you in that area, I'm here for that. I also have I have a culinary degree, but you know, that's not, I don't do a lot of cooking. I can cook, but I don't do a lot of cooking. Some of it, but that's not, I'm gonna be honest, that's not my favorite. It has, I love to eat now. I used to didn't love to eat like that, but I do now, and I enjoy it. But I like a good meal, and I like it cooked right. So I love to watch cooking channels too. But like I said, we're here to just enjoy each other's company. I'm trying to build friends, a community. There's always room for everybody. There's room for growth. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, like I said, different stuff that's been going on in my life. You're welcome to share if you can relate. Always leave me a comment. Let me know, you know, if it helped you, or where you can grow from. I'll be watching other people's content and their channels to see. But yeah, it's been a journey for me. It has been a journey, so I cannot wait to continue to share. But I wanted to get my introduction out before I actually gave people the opportunity to, before I jumped on other people's channels as far as doing the interviews. And I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole lot of those. I will, you know, to a certain extent, but my whole thing right now is to just really let my people that comes to my channel to learn me, and hopefully I can share things from my life, like I said, that will help you guys grow. So I'm gonna end this one today, and I'm gonna continue to make them. I'm gonna continue to drop gems. I also love to bargain shop, so I love going to sales. I always find sales. Another thing that I do is antiques. I'm not sure if a lot of people are familiar with those, but I do a lot of antiques. I've studied that for years, so I can give you instructions and information on that. If I can pretty much tell you what's valuable and what's not. I do a lot of that. So it's a lot. I have a lot of gems to drop. Just stay with the channel, and I'm gonna continue to give you nuggets and diamonds that'll get you where you need to go. If you want to make money, if you want to grow, if you want to just have somebody to talk to. Sometimes I may have, every now and then I'll do a coffee, or my favorite is doing hot tea. So we can do hot tea sometimes. And I love to do smoothies and making smoothies, and I think they started this juicing fast. I will get into that too, about fasting and praying. So it's a lot, but welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you guys for the ones that have stuck with me and have continued every morning to be on here to support me and want to get to know me and know what's going on in my life. But it's been a lot, and it's been a big journey. I'm gonna tell you guys, it's been some traumatic things, but it's been a lot of growth. But I wanted to wait to see where exactly to jump in at, and I figured it out. And now I said, let me go ahead. I owe this to them. It's overdue. welcome to my world, and thank you for letting me be in your world. And we're gonna get into some things. So you guys enjoy your Saturday. I didn't want it to be long. I wanted it to try to be brief and just let you guys get to know me. Any questions you have, I'm here to answer. And we'll go from there. But thank you guys for having me, and I'll see you on the next video.